Muffins, and thank you for joining me here on Taya's Sweet Aroma. For today's recipe, I decided to share with you one that just screams fall, and since fall is just right around the corner, I figured it would be a great time to share with you the recipe for my caramel apple English muffins. I started making these English muffins for my family about a year and a half ago when we were staying in a corporate townhome. Now this was at the peak of COVID, so everything was closing down, and I was in the kitchen a lot more doing a bunch of different recipe testing, and I decided one morning to make these muffins for my family, and they fell in love with them. And the recipe is one that's really simple. It only requires just a handful of ingredients. So as soon as I get done getting everything prepped and measured out, we will go over them. The ingredients you're gonna need for this recipe is the English muffins, old-fashioned oats, dark brown sugar, ground cinnamon, salt, unsalted butter, some finely diced Granny Smith apples, as well as some of my homemade caramel syrup. I'm gonna get started first by topping the English muffins with some of the diced apples. Now, it doesn't have to be exact, just kind of portion them out evenly over all of them. Okay, and that does it. You can see all of them have some of the apples. Now I'm gonna start making the topping for these English muffins. And I'm gonna start by adding in my oats, the brown sugar, cinnamon, and salt. Gonna give these just a quick little mix. Now that those are mixed together, I'm gonna add in my butter and begin smashing this all together. One other ingredient that I forgot to add in was the flour, and I didn't notice until the oats and brown sugar and butter were looking a little too moist. And so I forgot to add in the flour. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this mixed in now. Okay, now that looks perfect. You can see it's got sort of this paste-like consistency. Now I'm gonna take this topping and begin topping all of the English muffins with some, just breaking it apart as I go. All of these have now been topped, so I'm gonna get them into my oven that has been preheating at 400 degrees, and I will show you what they look like when they're done. The English muffins are now done. Right after I take them out of the oven, what I like to do is drizzle them with some of this caramel syrup, give it a chance to absorb into the English muffin with the rest of the ingredients. And there you have it. Okay, so I gave them just a second to cool down. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little more syrup on mine. I can really smell that brown sugar, the cinnamon, but the best smell I think I'm getting is that smell of the butter from that topping. It's like so many great flavors together. You got the apples, the caramel, some texture from the oatmeal, sugar, butter. It's like dessert for breakfast. Serve it with something salty like bacon or ham, and you're in business. It's so good. So anyhow, I thank you for spending time with me here today. You gotta give this recipe a try. I'll be sure to include down in the description box below a link to this recipe, as well as the recipe for my caramel syrup, which you can find over on my blog. And as always, I hope to see you again next time. Bye.